We hope you prepared for more fight nights.
Crip is going with Druid.
Yeah, I mean, between the Lock and the Druid, we know what the cards are. We know Druid is maybe the best choice.
I think so.
Maybe not so much of a surprise.
It's a cool version of Druid. It's kind of like what Dark Wannix kind of made for the last set of fight nights, you know, using cards like Mark of the Wild in there.
And both teams in the interviews agreed that Druid is among the stronger classes.
Yeah.
So we should see a pretty good matchup here.
It certainly is. And,
I think the Druid is favored. Playing this type of rogue, I know, maybe not recently, but in the past, where I used to play Constructed, Druid was kind of a problem for rogue, and statistically, I think the Druid has the edge, but we'll have to see how it goes down.
I think that this match is going to go to 5 games. I'm kind of feeling it. Because I look at these deck lists and the different sets of decks, and they're both like, they can both deal with each other completely. So I think it's going to be pretty back and forth. So let's see what this opening hand is. Ooh, Innervate. That's a good card.
Innervate Keeper of the Grove is actually a really, really good combination. And,
looks like he wants to throw back Keeper, though.
Yeah. Well, he might be familiar with the rogue deck. I mean, we talked about the fact that Chakki is very familiar with DuckWing's decks. Perhaps the opposite is true as well.
Yeah, that would make sense, actually. Chakki being a longtime teammate of DuckWingFace in the past, you basically know what he's up to and what he's doing. And realistically, what would the Keeper do? Looking at these minions, it would mostly be a silence. All of these minions have 3 health or more, except for like Loot Hoarder, and you don't really want to target that.
Yeah. But it's like a 2/4 body is still really good, I feel.
Yeah, yeah. I think he was just maybe a little bit greedy, searching for a Yeti or something.
Maybe not so greedy. Maybe that's what it takes to win.
Yeah.
It is a pretty, like some parts of this Druid deck are a little bit unusual, and you know, it's difficult to fault players who've constructed these decks on the plays that they make with them.
That is true. Well, this particular Druid deck definitely has some late game cards. Like it doesn't have Watchers in it, but it does have like Cenarius. It does have Black Knight. So definitely has a lot of end game cards in there.
He's probably thinking about the Innervate Harvest Golem play, which I think is fine, but maybe he's waiting for a few of the bigger cards to come out a bit earlier.
Yeah, I think he's, you know, because he has Innervate as well as the coin, it's like, if you can get out a quick Karn, if you can get out a quick possible Ancient of Lore, it's pretty sick.
I mean, what does a rogue do against Karn? He loses 10 damage to the face.
Yeah, well.
And some creatures.
Just about.
Yeah.
Karn is like, what does any deck do against Karn nowadays? The best you can really do is silence him, and
well, you can tink him if he's the only creature out and you're playing that.
Yeah, I guess you could do that, couldn't you?
Yeah.
You could also combo out a Kidnapper and bounce him to his opponent's hand, but probably not going to happen, just like the Tink.
I guess so.
Yeah. And look at that, he does get the Yeti and gets to innervate that out, one of the most powerful plays that there is. And DuckWingFace definitely not very... definitely is very happy, rather. Chakki, on the other hand. Kind of annoying to deal with that.
Backstab combo. Good stuff.
Pretty tempo-filled hand there for Chakki.
Yep. The main issue is that in these type of decks, like you have kind of a tempo-driven druid and a tempo-driven rogue, is they both go back and forth, but in the end the rogue ends up with 0 life and the druid's at like 6.
Yeah. Oftentimes.
Yeah.
Now, he drew another Innervate, so now we suddenly have Karn. That was a turn 2 Yeti, a turn 3 Karn. It's pretty gross, right?
Yeah, I'm feeling a little bit of a bad taste in my mouth, but we'll see.
I mean, he has the Deadly Poison, and he does have a Backstab, so he actually could kill one of the Karns, make Bane come out.
Yeah.
Thing is, I feel like when people play Karn against me, I try to just ignore him. I try, you know...
That's not happening right now, though.
It's not happening. You know, how could it happen? Because he'll just remove so many minions. This guy is so much card advantage. It's so crazy.
Yeah. I guess he thinks that's the best play.
Well, at least that makes it so that if he does clean up this SI7, he can hit him again, but that's going to be 8 to his own face off of Karn.
The thing is, if Duckwing is really in tune with what's going on in the game, we might see a swiped SI agent, and then Chakki is in some really bad shape.
God, yeah, that hand of his could not live up to that. That would be so, so gross. It doesn't look like he's going to do that, though.
Well, he's thinking about it. He hasn't, oh, no.
God, yeah. He would... Yeah, if he swiped that, he would have to go, like, big game hunter eviscerate. Like,
And then weapon.
yeah. It's about as bad as it gets. Oh, man. Still no really good play here. I mean, obviously he has to kill off this 4-2. But what does he do after that? Does he just big game hunter and make his weapon again?
Big game hunter as a rogue against a druid.
With a harvest golem out.
Yeah.
Sick play.
Pretty good stuff. But I think that's it. Yeah.
I've got the beast in my sights.
Oh, we're gonna use a sap. Okay, the sap kind of makes sense. It saves his 4-2 for now, at least. Thing is, look at these.
Sucks.
Yeah. Well, look at like the life total, the amount of cards in hand, the power of the cards in hand.
Yeah.
This is so ridiculously druid favored right now.
Yeah.
Oh man.
For the wild.
God, he even has Thalnos swipe. He has his Ancient of Lore. Like this is all but over, Crip.
I mean, what can he draw besides sprint and then like 4 other good cards? But he'd still have to survive.
He can't even do that.
Play the 4 cards.
Yeah.
My shield for
Oh
Argon.
boy. Does he use a visceral spell? No? Okay. A good enough turn, I guess.
This is the spell damage swipe, I believe. Oh, it doesn't have to be spell damage. What else would you do? Oh, that. Okay.
Yeah, may as well spell damage, I guess. Doesn't make too much of a difference. It just gives you another minion out that can kind of cycle through. And extra damage to your opponent as well.
I think I like this better.
Well, this just clears everything. Alright, so, it's like...
I think the only way you win this game is by sprinting now and getting some really good stuff.
Yeah. And even then, the thing is, mini sprint with a body is going to come out the next turn for your opponent, so...
It's actually a pretty good draw.
Yeah.
You do that instead of sprint, and he does opt to do it.
Always nice on an empty board with, like, no cards in hand to draw that Azure Drake.
No, Savage Roar, how about that? So that's 4 plus the 6 of Savage Roar plus the 1.
It's not
just
enough.
Short.
Yeah. Yeah, the Ancient of Lore, obviously a great play here.
I got this.
Yeah. No way.
Drew the Claw Savage Roar next turn.
Yeah, it's that's definitely going to be game. At only 12 health, there's nothing left for him to do.
As good as this type of rogue deck is against Priest, it's probably on the flip side against Druid.
Yeah.
Especially when built this way.
For Argon.
Well, looks like he's going to probably eviscerate the 5/5 with that spell power. Still, you know, he's giving himself the illusion of being able to win this game. I don't think it's going to be too possible, though.
Let's see.
Right, because he's got 4, 5, 6, and then plus another 6. Yeah, that's game. Right? Oh, wait, no, it's not because of the taunt. So
Yeah.
he has to remove that.
It
Which
turns out when minions have taunt, you can't actually attack the face directly.
That's Chakki is going to be very confused about that. Greg.
Yeah, he is.
But this is something that he has to deal with from time to time. If it weren't for taunt minions, Chakki would be the #1 player in the world. So,
You might go with the Savage Roar here.
do you think?
Yeah.
He's at 16 health right now.
The reason is, well, you'd go down to 11. That's pretty low, actually.
Well, the thing is, he can kill off the big taunt with this guy if he goes for Savage Roar.
I don't think he'd...
Or he can actually just give it taunt with the Mark of the Wild and
Yeah.
deal with it. Looks like that's going to be the case.
Okay.
Fan of Knives would just be brilliant here, Crip.
Eviscerate. Which is not bad either. I think sprinting here isn't bad.
Yeah. Well, you have to. What are you going to do? Just keep top decking things and play a Harvest Golem?
It's kind of worked so far.
It has, but no, he's got a sprint. Probably use the Eviscerate as well. At 8 health. He's just got to clear this stuff.
Well, if the opponent can't finish the game, I don't think
He
it
could
works
end up
out.
winning.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Ooh, that's more damage. Well, he's already seen one swipe, so I guess that's fine.
Oh, there's the little guy.
He's a big guy, Crib.
Cenarius.
Yeah,
Well, he's a pretty big guy, but he brings out the little guys with him.
that's right. He's
Not much. to
Should I
think of
give my
here.
other minions +2/+2? Chakki says.
No.
Well, this is actually. Can he deal with this the whole way?
I don't see how.
Well, he's got Leroy, SI7. SI7 takes out one of those guys. Well, actually, no, he could use his weapon for that with a deadly poison. Because 3, 6, yeah, that's 10. So he could use deadly poison, attack one of the 2/2s. That brings him down to 4. His opponent, he knows his opponent can do 3, but he's just going to die because of Savage Roar.
Yeah.
So, looks like there's no way out of it this time for Chakki.
So many
I think
options.
there is. It's loot hoarder, SI your own loot hoarder, draw the other Argus.
Wow. All right, let's go for that play. That sounds best. Thing is, he's counting up. He's like, well, is he gonna do? He's gonna do it where it's like, if you have no possible damage in hand.
This guy's toast.
Okay.
Well, DuckWingFace gonna be happy with this. Gonna be able to pick up a win.
Yep. He's gonna even it out, and I'm not sure if Chakki actually has a highly favored answer to the Druid deck that we're seeing.
Yeah, I mean, a Druid deck like this is definitely one it's hard to counter, because a Druid deck, generally speaking, is good against anything.
It's generally good against anything, but as we saw in some cases, it's particularly good against a few things.
Yeah, it's like super good against something like a Rogue there. And
At least the mid-game variation.
yeah, well, if you want to make a deck that actually counters Druid, it has to be something like Handlock, maybe, Miracle Rogue can do all right against it if it's a slower version of Druid like this one.
Yep.
Yeah. So, what deck will Chakki choose next? What do you think?
I'm not sure. Maybe one that goes for the face?
Okay. So, you think he's going to choose Hunter?
Well, Chakki's made face priest work, I heard, so maybe
I was watching him play some Face Priest. It was pretty sick.
maybe Warrior has a similar type of idea. Maybe.
No, Face Warrior. It's pretty good, I guess.
Yeah, kind of. We'll see
All right.
after this.
We'll be right back with Fight Night.